Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to share about what's actually going on in China. There are a lot of new policies, some of crackdowns on the crypto exchanges or speculative market in China. And also there are recent bannings on the crypto minings you might heard. So I wanted today talk about the rumors, what's actually going on in China, what's the reasons behind all the things, and also talk about the potential future aspects from an insider view. So this is what I'm going to share roughly. So I'm first going to give some background and talk about what's going on. And then we will jump in to talk about the current state, review both not just the negative aspect, but also talk about positive aspects, the positive policies. And then we will share my future prospects, my future views about the blockchain industries in China. So let's just give some background. And there are a lot of things going on recently in China. And Chinese government or regulators have been very consistent about saying that they just don't like speculation. They don't like a highly speculative market of the crypto exchanges, crypto market. As they said that as early as 2013, there are largely two batches of policies or regulations. The first batch comes around 2017 and 2018. The big thing is first they banned all the ICO fundraising, and they make the ICO potential, give the guidelines, say the ICO is potential criminal, and also they cut all the RMB tunnels, RMB channels going to the crypto exchanges, and that is the goal. The goal is to cool down the speculation. And recently, there are new policies or crackdowns on the crypto exchanges. At May 18, basically it banned banks and payment companies from providing services, any services, not just crypto exchanges, any services related to cryptocurrency transactions, and warn investors about the speculative nature of it. And to many people's surprise, this year's June, the Sichuan province finally put an end on many large mining farms. Sichuan is a special place in China because it hosts more than half of the Bitcoin mining activities in China, and because it has a lot of excessive, I would say, hydropowers during the summer especially. So this is why a lot of miners come to Sichuan. So that's basically what's going on. And I want to talk a little bit more about the Bitcoin mining because that's a lot of people are getting surprised. I mean, it's not surprising that government will say something about the crazy crypto market, but many people do not expect, the Bitcoin mining will get banned in China. And when this finally comes, it's showing, people are saying that this is some sort of a demonstration that, the regulators are really angry about the crypto space. So it is true that a lot of Bitcoin mining activities are actually, or most of many activities are actually moving out, especially large ones are moving out of China. And the surface reason people are citing is the carbon emissions and environmental impact. But wait a minute, right? I tell you guys, Sichuan province is a hydropower. So something is wrong, right? So why, people are, Chinese government are banning Bitcoin mining? It's clearly not just because of the carbon emission. The real reason behind it is that, well, besides there is, there is actually the need for the government to show they care the climate change. China is also facing its worst power shortage in decades, especially in the southern China, the developed part. It is because the Chinese economy gets recovered quicker from the COVID than most of the part of the world. And that causes, a lot of factories back to the full power, and it generates power shortage. And that's one reason. And another reason is you need to know that Bitcoin mining from the government's eye is actually not a very good business. Because it is very hard for the government to measure the income of the miners. Actually, the de facto situation is most of the miners in China pay zero tax because, well, there's just no way for the government to track how much income they made. So those kind of Bitcoin mining activities, it's draining a lot of power during the power hungry season and contributed no tax incomes. So it actually is a very, I would say, negative ROI business for the government, at least from the government eye. So it's not surprising that combined with the fact that the Chinese government may want to tell some stories about climate change and also showing that they are really not very happy about speculation, they choose to put a heavy hand on the crypto mining. But the back reasons, those two reasons, I believe, are more important. So while there are a lot of negative regulations on blockchain or cryptocurrencies, so people may get a little bit, negative, too negative, saying, okay, well, maybe there's no future of blockchain in China. It's actually quite contrary. I mean, the funny thing is that Chinese government, all the policies have always been clear that, the government wanted to see the blockchain technology being developed, and this blockchain technology since 2019's political bureau meeting at October 24th, it has been the blockchain focus of blockchain has put on many government documentations, many documents, and they say that they want to make China the world leader in the blockchain technology by 2025. So the policies have always been very consistent from the Chinese government. They support blockchain technology, but they are against the speculation. So it's unlike to a lot. It's unknown to a lot of foreign, I would say, for foreign people. But on June 7th this year, maybe it's because the regulator sees that okay, there are too many negative emotions in the blockchain industry in China. So on June 7th, China actually published another article that stressed that they still want to put a lot of resources on blockchain industry and support its development. This is from Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. I would interpret it as an article trying to reaffirm its support on the technology and try to offset some of the negative emotions that happening there. So you want to be, it needs to be clear that Chinese government wants blockchain technology, but they don't like and really hate the speculations. So now we know what's going on in China and the recent the policies and the recent events. So let me share some of my prospects of what may happen or what may happen going forward in China. So on the surface level, you can see, Chinese policies towards blockchain is always being consistent, right? We support blockchain technology, but we are against speculation. But for people who are inside the blockchain industry, we all know that blockchain technology and the speculation are somewhat intertwined, because blockchain is a technology of generating a value transfer network. And whenever you have developed a value transfer network, there will be just people transfer values, and there will be investment, and there will be speculation. So deep in its roots, blockchain and speculative activities are tied to each other, and they are entwined with each other. And this is very tricky. So what that means is that, if Chinese hold its current policy of only support technology, want to develop technology, but completely want to avoid any speculation, then it will just keep shift back forth between different policies. And what is the policy shift? Well, when the policy shift will take place, depending on what's the current focus during the different time period, right? Whenever we want to to put more emphasis on technology development. Then there will be more policies that support blockchain technology, and then this will lead to more activities on the blockchain, and then we'll also create activities on speculation. And then there will be time when, financial stability might be the most important things they want to go after. And then they will say, okay, let's calling off and restrict the cryptocurrency speculation. And then this will unintendedly, but always hurt the blockchain industry. So you will see a lot of a back and forth going on until the Chinese government has a clear guideline about how to actually regulate the speculative market, the crypto market itself. If they want to maintain the current policy of they just put all the crypto market in the gray area and just don't want to recognize them, then there will be policies shift back and forth. And this might be a little bit painful for a lot of blockchain industry practitioners. So that means that if you want to have a long-term if you want to be a long-term player in China, it's very important to be regulatory compliant. And in the past, there are a lot of events where, for example, crypto exchanges or OTC participants are actually OTC dealers are actually being caught by the regulators, and they may force to cease the business activities, or in the worst case, they may actually being charged by criminal offenses of illegal money service. So this is very important. So if you want to be a long-term player, it's very important to be regulatory compliant so that you can, avoid being caught in the middle during those kind of policy shift. Well, if you just want to play short term, then of course you can just stay in the gray area. But on the other hand, I would say that Chinese market is a very important market. It's has a large population base, and a lot of people are really interested in the blockchain technology, and they are even with the heavy hand on the speculation, there's still a lot of trading activities going on in China. So eventually, we say there will be a balance between the decentralizations and the regulations. I mean, just like the most of the other part of the world. And there will, once we reach that balance, there will be a lot of interesting opportunities arises. So this is why in Conflux, we choose to stay in a regulatory compliant route. And Conflux is a very good example of embracing regulations in a sense that we try to maintain a very stable communication channel between us and the regulators, and thus we become the only regulatory compliant public chain in China, and we receive favorable policy and financial support from different levels of government and research grant, and we have partnerships at all levels. And with those support, this help us to collect resources from the government side to develop the technology, and also we have this will makes us long-term viable players in the Chinese blockchain market. So in future, right now we are actually starting a pilot project in the Shanghai Free Trade Zone and try to enjoy the new rules that just the central government just given to the Shanghai Free Trade Zone to potentially apply use public chain to help the remittance and cross-border trade and payment. And I would hope everyone could stay tuned, and we may have a big announcement shortly about establishing new research labs and collaborations and potentially new and important applications that brought to the public chain of Conflux. So thank you very much. So that's all for my talk.
All right. Thank you so much, Fan Long. That was awesome. Really appreciate that and learned a ton about a lot of things that really are resonating throughout the world, not just China these days. It seems to be the hot topic, especially this week.